Okay, this is our cat. We're doing the digestive system right now, and we're going to start at the top of the gastrointestinal tract and go to the bottom. Alright, so this right here is the esophagus, and what's this thing called? Alright, and then when the food enters the esophagus, it travels down through here, and the esophagus extends below here. This is the heart and the lungs, and it travels through the diaphragm, and then also traveling through the diaphragm is the aorta and the vena cava, which are a major artery and a major vein. And then here we have the stomach. It enters here. You can't really see it easily because it's kind of tucked way up in there, but there's the cardiac sphincter in the top of the stomach over there. And as food is in the stomach, it is churned by the muscular walls of the stomach, and normally there would be wrinkles far more often in the stomach than this, but it's kind of stretched out because our stomach was filled with food when we cut it open. And then in here we have the cardiac sphincter right here, which travels through and into the small intestine, and this is the
pyloric sphincter?
This is the pyloric sphincter down here, sorry. And it goes in the duodenum, or the duodenum, right here, which is the first part of the small intestine where the bulk of the digestion takes place. And cut it open here, and you can see the small folds in there, they placate in here, which them and the villi and the microvilli all help to increase the surface area of the small intestine and aid digestion because there's more area for absorption and digestion. And then here we have the lobes of the liver. There's one here, and then there's one over here and here. So there's 5 lobes of the liver total. And then as we travel on through and here's the gallbladder, which adds bile to the duodenum through a duct here, and that helps to break down fats. And then we go into the small intestine farther. We get into the ileum, which is the middle part of it, and here you can really see the microvilli of it. They're pretty much just like small furs, and it feels just like hair in here, and that's just increasing the digestive and absorption abilities of the small intestine as well. Then we cut the mesentery on our cat, but normally you can see the connective tissue off of all of these pieces of the small intestine. These normally are all wrapped up in a ball and help to keep it all compacted. And then as we travel on, we get into the jejunum part of the small intestine, which is the last roughly third. And then it travels into the large intestine. This is the ileocecal valve, which is a ring of muscle in between the small intestine and the large intestine that allows food to pass into the colon. And then travel in here. Normally this would be seated roughly like that. So you would have the ascending, the transverse, the descending, and then the sigmoid colon over here. But again, we cut the mesentery on our cat, so it is all extended. So it's relatively one tube, and then it travels down into the rectum. This is the urinary bladder, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out what the function of that is. This is the spleen over here. On this side we have one kidney, and then we have the other kidney over here. Are there any other? Alright, and then the peritoneum. This is the parietal peritoneum. It is just the connective membrane and tissue all attached to the outer muscular wall of the abdomen. And then the visceral peritoneum is just all the connective tissue attached to the internal organs here. You can see some of it down there. Most of it was cut along with the mesentery, so you can't really see it that well. I think that's everything in our cat.